Welcome to the Archery Show. Coming up on today's programme, we'll take a look at an athlete who's putting her 3D printer to work, producing protective equipment for frontline health workers. Plus, how companies test prototypes of new gear before they make it to market. And an exclusive look at Brady Ellison's unparalleled mental approach. But before we get to that, the first remote online archery tournament hit digital screens worldwide on the 10th of May. 8 compound archers were invited to compete from the comfort of their own homes and ranges. Using mobile video to show their shooting, the matches have been nail-biters. Not least because of a unique rule introduced just for this tournament. Even though the archers are competing over 18 metres, they're using skinny arrows rather than the fat shafts usually found in compound quivers indoors.
With the little arrows, this is such a different game than we're used to, that you have to make perfect shots to be able to hit that small 10 line.
I could really feel the nerves. I mean, I'm shooting against Mr. Perfect. It's not like I'm shooting against just a friend from the city. It's not as nervous as at the tournament, but it's very, very close.
With points more difficult to come by and easier to drop, this revolutionary first lockdown knockout is showcasing some exceptional shooting from some exceptional archers in some very exceptional circumstances. Sarah Preels bought a 3D printer so she could manufacture her own small archery accessories. During this pandemic, she's repurposed the machine to help provide valuable protective equipment to frontline health workers.
I have a 3D printer. I bought it to print archery stuff, which I don't do because I have no skills at designing. So I thought I might as well, help the community and print stuff for people who need it. I knew a friend in Belgium who was doing it, so I looked up for groups in the UK and found a group and just started printing stuff. You get a file, you put it in the computer, get the right file for your machine, and then it basically prints on its own. Yeah, that's empty because I don't have any left. So they come in big spools like this, and basically that's feeding the printer, coming off as, plastic stuff. So this is for ear masks or for face mask, and just to save your ears, you put the bands on it, and so it sticks on your head, I guess, and helps nurses with cut on their ears. I've got headbands, so they put a plastic visor on it, and it protects them from, people's spitting or whatever. At the moment I've used 6 kilos of filament, printed around 120 headbands and bottom things, and then the ear saver I must be around 150 or something. So yeah, I put them in bags and then drop them off at a pharmacy in Edinburgh. It goes to a depot, and people pick it up, cleaned it to make sure it's, virus free, and then, it gets dispatched to other hospital, care homes and stuff, whoever asks for them. We get messages from people being like, "Oh, thank you very much, this is so helpful." It makes me feel useful, I can't train, I can't compete, so at least I'm doing something with my time, I guess. It makes me feel good about being stuck at home.
A release aid provides that vital link between compound archer and string. Ensuring that this connection is consistent and reliable is key when manufacturers test new products before releasing them to the public.
New designs a lot of times are from talking to archers. I listen to what anyone has to say. And a lot of times they'll have suggestions of product that they would like or changes to a product that they would like. And then we determine if those are changes that would cover a broad range of archers. Some of the releases that I've designed go really quick and easy, especially if I can use the same format and envelope of a past release that has been proven. There are some releases that I've been working on for 4 or 5 months now. I'm actually working on one right now, and I've got a bag of prototype parts that are close, but no banana.
The testing and evaluation phase is probably the most important part of a product release, to make sure that the product is going to hold up to the rigors of an everyday shooting situation. So a lot of times this can take a couple months, 6 months to a year maybe, depending on the product.
The most difficult part of any release is the actual mechanism that makes the release fire. Where you've got metal pieces that are sliding next to each other is very critical. If you get your leverage off one way or the other, you're going to feel travel, or you could feel buildup from the pressure of the bow. So it's very important that tolerancing and all of the leverage points are exactly where they need to be, to where the shot is always consistent and crisp. On average, I probably go through really half a dozen to a dozen different prototypes before I actually get the one that I really like. Because once we get it prototyped, I've got to get these releases in the hands of some archers, because it seems that no matter how we test a product, we can never 100% test it how an archer is going to use it in the field.
We not only have the professional archers out there, but we also have in-house people that aren't professional that might catch something that a professional will not. So it's kind of a way of, going over things and, kind of having two different avenues to check what may or may not work for different products. So it never hurts to have as many hands as you can have on a product to make sure that it's going to work. But we got to also kind of pull it back a little bit and not be able to show this product till we're actually ready to bring it to the public. The 3 characteristics that I look for in a release aid are the 3 F's: fit, forgiveness, and feel. You got to have all 3 of those to get a good, solid, consistent anchor point every time. Thus, it's going to help you with a much tighter group downrange.
Brady Ellison had a career year in 2019, winning his first World Archery Championships and his 5th Hyundai Archery World Cup final. The secret to his success? His incredible mental game.
I think there's a big difference in the people who shoot archery. There's people that shoot this sport because they weren't fast enough or they didn't excel in other sports, but they can come and dedicate time to archery, because the bottom line is the more time you can shoot, the better you're going to be. In America, just kind of as a mindset, we don't really care about anything unless you win. Unless you're winning gold medals, and lots of gold medals, those are the people that you see on TV. Those are the people that you want to mimic. I'm one of those people that's competitive, and I picked this sport, and I will do everything that I can to push myself to be better. If the Koreans are shooting better than me, I'm going to do everything I can to go and stand toe-to-toe with them.
A chance here for Ellison.
I want to shoot against the best guys in the world. I want people to go out there and be better than me so I can chase them, I can run them down, and I can pass them. think really life-changing experience for me was going to mental management systems in Texas in early 2007. And I decided that instead of just doing this for sport, why don't I apply the mental management system to life? You can only control in life what you can control. You know, as soon as I fire an arrow, for example, I can't control where it hits because it's then left. I knew that the mental side of archery was the biggest and most important part, not the physical. I'm on this field shooting 6 or 8 hours a day, 6 days a week. I'm spending 12 to 14 hours a day mentally doing the same thing. When I drive, when I'm in the shower, when I'm walking back and forth, it's mental. It's everything to be better. And I've been driving down the road and then all of a sudden have a shot where I'm halfway through a shot cycle in my head, and then consciously I pick it up, I go through it, I run a couple of shots, and then all of a sudden it's like breathing, all of a sudden it just starts going naturally to a point again. I have spent probably 4 or 5 times more time on my mental state and my mental game than I have physically shooting. It is exhausting, you get used to it, I guess, but it's, in my opinion, what it takes. When I was 18 years old, I made the choice. This is what I'm going to do. This is what needs to be done to become the best in the world.
Learn more about what drives Brady and his journey to the top in Believe, Brady Ellison, the feature-length documentary coming soon from World Archery. That's all from the May edition of The Archery Show. Stay tuned to World Archery's digital platforms for more coverage of the lockdown, knockout, and other fresh new content. The Archery Show will be back in June. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, and we hope to see all of you back on the shooting line in the very near future.